Ancient Egypt versus the Hijackers.
This is King Jacob giving double honors and all praise to the mighty power, Yahweh and his son, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahshai. We at Exodus 1, chapter 18. And the king of Egypt called for the midwives and said unto them, why have ye done this thing and have saved the men called alive? In chapter 19, and the midwife said unto Pharaoh, because the Hebrew women are not as the Egyptian women, and for they are lively and are delivered heir. And the midwife come unto them. In chapter 20, therefore called there well in the midwives, and the people multiplied and waxed very mighty. In chapter 21, and it came to pass, because the midwife feared God, and that he made them houses. You looking at the swarthy people, they was melanated, and they was melanated all over the world in ancient times. And I'm gonna say all praise to the mighty power, Yahweh and his son, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahshai, Shalom.
Hail to thee, child of the god Shu. The underworld hath gained mastery over his diadem. Like the Hammemet beings may thou arise, even as Karnak doth arise, and therefore have power over the speech of thy mouth.
Thus started the final rites that continued for 6 days, culminating in the sealing of the tomb. That night, Karis returned to the tomb alone. He violated the royal and sacred seal to regain entry. In life, the princess had been loved by Karis. It was a forbidden love, the high priestess being bound by all vows to the god Karnak himself. But now Ananka was dead, and the vows were no longer binding. Karis now attempted the ultimate in blasphemy. Using the timeless scroll of life, said to have been written by the hand of the god Karnak himself, he tried to bring back to life the princess he loved.
O thou Lord of souls, O thou Lord of the tomb, thou mighty one of Amentet, let not these limbs be without movement. Let them not pass away, and let them not suffer from corruption. Make supple these limbs and strong these sinews. Refill, O my soul, this heart with tenderness, that she may walk again the land of Kem in all her strength and beauty. Give life. Give life when I pronounce the mighty word of power.
Fulfill ye now the will of the Lord God Karnak.
For this dreadful profanity, Karis was sentenced to have his tongue cut from his mouth, so that the cries he would utter during the fate that awaited him should not offend the ears of the gods. Death was not for Karis, nor was life. For his sins he was sentenced to remain for all time on guard near the body of his princess. He was buried alive in a secret tomb specially prepared for him.
The rest of them as being historical myth.
But don't forget, half the story we know is fact. We know that Ananka died on a pilgrimage and was buried somewhere in the jungle. We know that no survivors ever returned to Egypt. And if half the story is true, why not the other half?
Because the other half is removed from fact. It's fantasy.
Dad knew all about the legend. Perhaps having discovered that half of it was true, he let his imagination persuade him that the rest of it couldn't be. Is it possible that's what drove him out of his mind?
Possible, yes. He was overexcited. He'd been working too hard. But remember, John, historical myth. Treat it as such if you don't want the same thing to happen to you. A fairy story, nothing more.
Help us, your servants, O Karnak, to fulfill the second of our tasks.